Well, hello everyone, good afternoon, and welcome back to Story Saturday. My name is ForeverElite, and let's get right into this story. Now, this is the story of the out-of-control party that happened. Now, I was only 12 at the time. Yes, I was 12. I was still quite a little youngin'. And basically what happened was I lived next door to this guy. Now, this guy, we'll just call him Antonio. Now, Antonio was this Hispanic guy, and he would constantly blast his Spanish music at, like, really loud volumes. Like, he would just play his music so loud. It was just, like, everyone in the neighborhood could hear this guy's Spanish music being played. But nevertheless, he was really cool, and he would drive this, like, really ghetto truck around, but he was, like, one of the nicest guys ever. Like, he would always talk to us. He offered to let us, like, watch movies at his place, and he would offer to make steaks for us, and he was just really down to earth, and he was just this really cool guy. And honestly, he was a pretty good neighbor despite the music, and honestly, that didn't really bother us too much, so we didn't really, like, care that much that he was playing really loud music. So eventually, it came around the time of July 4th, Independence Day. Now, Independence Day is always celebrated with fireworks, even when fireworks are illegal. Now, I live in Colorado, so fireworks are very illegal here. They basically are able to start fires super easily because just the high altitude causes a bunch of dryness, and there's not much water up here, so there's just a whole lot of fire danger here, and so all fireworks are usually illegal. Now, fires spread very quickly here, and that's why Colorado's been like, okay, we're going to stop doing fireworks. We're going to give out fines to people we catch that are doing fireworks. So Antonio decides to host a July 4th party, and he's like, okay, I'm going to bring a ton of friends over, and he also invites my older brothers and I. So I'm the youngest of two older brothers, so there's three of us in total, and we head over, and he's like, hey guys, welcome to the party. Here, have some Mountain Dew. And so he and his friends are all drinking beer while my brothers and I are basically just chugging down our Mountain Dews, and we're just like, oh yeah, totally rad party, man. Totally awesome. So while we were having our dews, he's launching off all these fireworks, and we then start to shoot some Roman candles. Now, if you guys don't know what Roman candles are basically these tubes that shoot fireballs at pretty fast speeds. So these like cardboard tubes that hold these fireworks in there, and these fireworks are basically little fireballs that you just shoot around. Now it's definitely, these are one of the most illegal ones you can have because you're basically shooting a rocket launcher out, and wherever that fireball lands, it could obviously potentially start whatever it lands on fire. And so normally fireworks that have any sort of projectile or any sort of flight whatsoever are highly banned in Colorado. And I think you're actually able to use sparklers, but I mean, sparklers are lame. I mean, let's be real here. So we're drinking our Mountain Dews and we're shooting off our Roman candles. And the funny thing is his backyard is actually on a hill. So he lives on top of a hill just like I do. And on the hill, the bottom of the hill, there's actually an apartment complex. So all of his friends and all of us are basically shooting these Roman candles towards these apartment complexes, which is a stupid idea in general. And we're like, okay, this is just extremely dumb. So we were having fun, and we were just like launching off Roman candles. We were doing sparklers. We were doing firecrackers. He had like these things called M80s, which are basically pieces of dynamite. And these are like insane fireworks. Like, I don't even know if you can consider them fireworks because they're legit probably just like you blow them up and they're like pieces of dynamite. So it's pretty crazy. So people at this point are starting to get a little bit rowdy. I'm pretty sure that the beer they were drinking was starting to get to their heads a little bit. And we're like, okay, people are starting to get a little bit rowdy. So at this point, we actually have company at our house. They just came up to our house, and we are actually expecting them. So they're some of my parents' friends, and they brought their kids. So we decided, we're like, okay, I guess we have to go and just hang out with them. And so we left this July 4th party, and we're like, we was pretty reluctant because we were having fun. We were able to shoot fireworks off, and plus we had Mountain Dew and chips. So, I mean, hey, we were living the life. I was like, yeah, I'm totally down for this. So with our company, we actually go to another real fireworks show. Now, these fireworks shows are the ones that use mortars. And mortars are these huge cardboard tubes that basically shoot out ginormous fireballs into the sky. And these fireballs actually do explode and create sparkly lights. It's, when you think about fireworks, that's what mortars are. Those really pretty ones that blow up and really high in the sky. So we decided to go to a fireworks show and that's the type of fireworks they're launching off. So we were really reluctant to leave because we had all this doing fireworks. We enjoyed the show, and we went to the show, and we did enjoy it. And when we got home, we did notice that there were indeed police cars in front of his house and our house. That was not a good sign to come home to. We're like, well, something must have went down when we were gone. So we get home, we see the police cars, and we just kind of go into our house and we just kind of like wait. So finally all the action dies down, the cops leave, and it turns out that our neighbor actually got drunk, and then he started to like fight people. Like he actually legit got into fist fights with his friends. And my other neighbor, he was a bit on the older side, he was just really sick of people shooting fireworks off, so he decided to call the cops on the party. And then the cops came and saw the fights and the fireworks, and it was just kind of a mess from there on. So he actually did get arrested from this, and it was just kind of like, oh, well, that wouldn't happen. That went down. It's like, okay, dang. I mean, man, you really kind of got destroyed there. So he hosted a party. He launched illegal fireworks. He started fighting people because he was so drunk, and then he got arrested. That is one night, man. So we actually did see him a few weeks later, and he seemed to have changed. He seemed to have been like really, I guess, reformed. He didn't want to like do anything bad anymore, and he still blasted his loud music though. But hey, what can you say? At least he's not doing illegal things other than just blasting music. But otherwise, he was a super nice guy. He really has changed his life around, and he now works at a very nice job. So he has a family, I think, and he just seems to be doing well. But he did actually move away a few years ago, so I don't really see him anymore. So who knows? Maybe he's like now like shooting actual mortars and whatever. But nevertheless, guys, yeah, that is the story of the party that went out of control. I guess the moral of this is don't drink and shoot fireworks. In fact, just don't even drink. In fact, don't even drink or go to parties where there's alcohol. Because we were stupid, but we enjoyed Mountain Dew and fireworks. So I guess maybe that's our excuse. So when all else fails, guys, as long as Mountain Dew and fireworks are in the mix, then definitely go to parties. I'm actually kidding about that. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this story, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in a brand new video. Bye, guys.